All right. So, lesson 6.6, scale drawings, word problems. So, going to be starting to apply these ratios into certain things to help us. Before we do that, we're going to do the kickoff here. We're going to compare these where Edward and Desmond are lawyers. Edward averages 15 civil cases and 12 criminal cases annually. Meanwhile, Desmond averages 10 civil cases to 8 criminal ones. Which lawyer has a higher ratio of civil to criminal? So again, we're looking at that ratio and comparing them. So if we start with Edward, he is 15 to 12. And then Desmond is going to be 10 to 8. So first thing you should do is always see if you can reduce it and make them smaller numbers and see if you can get a better idea of what's going on here. So 15 and 12, I know I can divide them both by 3 and get 5 to 4. 10 and 8, I know they're both even, so I can divide it by 2 and also get 5 to 4. So in this case, they're both equal. They're both the same. Okay. Remember, if you can't necessarily reduce them down, that's where you use a calculator and do the first number divided by the second, and then you can compare the number that you get there. Now, shifting gears to scale. Scale is going to be the ratio used to shrink or enlarge a figure. So a lot of times you'll see this on blueprints for buildings. Clearly you can't have a entire building drawn out on a piece of paper at actual size. You know, your paper would go on forever, so we use scale to shrink it down so that it can be represented on the paper we have and use that then to make the building. Now, Owen measured a neighborhood park and made a scale drawing. In real life, the volleyball court is 18 meters long and it's 9 centimeters long on the drawing. So what is the scale of the drawing? So typically when we do this with scale, it's going to be drawing to actual. So the drawing amount goes first, the actual amount goes second in that ratio. So our drawing one is 9 centimeters. Now, labels are going to be really important here. You need to keep the label with it. So we're 9 centimeters on the drawing. In real life, we're going to be 18 meters. Now, you should always see if you can reduce it. 9 and 18, I could take 9 into both of them and weigh 1 centimeter for every 2 meters would be the scale. Okay. So, drawing to the actual, and then see if you can reduce those down. I can divide them both by 9, so 9 divided by 9 is 1, 18 divided by 9 is 2. That's how we get it. Now, once we have that scale, we can also use it to find out what our actual length is going to be. So Janelle measured an apartment and made a scale drawing. The scale she used was 1 inch to 2 feet. So 1 inch, 2 feet. Okay. Actual length of the broom closet then is going to be 4 feet. So in this case, we were given the actual. We need to find what it is on the drawing. So this is how I'm going to set it up. So it's drawing to actual. So if the actual is 4, we're looking for our drawing. So looking at this, I know, okay, well, 2 to 4. What do I take times 2 to get my 4? Well, I would take 2 times 2 to get 4, so I'm going to take the first one times 2 and get 2 inches. So remember, when we're looking, these are equivalent fractions, so it's what we did beginning of the chapter here. So they're going to be multiplied by the same factor. So if I multiply 2 by 2 to get my actual, I'm going to multiply the 1 by that same factor of 2 to get my drawing. So Rona, I feel like that's going to have a bad name now with the coronavirus. But Rona drew a scale drawing of a city. She used the scale 1 inch is 5 yards, or 1 inch to 5 yards. In the drawing, a neighborhood park is 60 inches wide. What is the width of the actual park? So again, we're 1 inch to 5 yards. Start with your actual scale. And then it tells you, hey, the drawing, it's going to be 16 inches. So 16 inches goes first. We're looking for the actual. Again, drawing to actual. Okay. So actual park. So we're going from 1 inch up to 16 inches. Well, what would we times 1 to get 16? Well, we're going to times by 16. Same thing here. We're going to take 5 and we're going to multiply it by 16 and get our 80. So 80, and the label would be yards. So the first one should have the same label. The second one should have the same label. So because we got the drawing, that's why I put it first. We're finding the second. The last one we were given the actual one, we had to find the drawing. So we were given the second, had to find the first. Lastly, Lisa measured a game room and made a scale drawing. She used the scale 5 inches to 4 feet. If the actual length of the pool table is 8 feet, how long is the pool table in the drawing? So again, 5 inch to 4 feet. So start with that scale. Then we're looking at, okay, actual length is 8 feet. So they're giving us the actual. So they're giving us the second one. We're having to find the first. So from 4 feet up to 8 feet, what would I take times 4 to get my 8? Well, if I take it times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to take the first one times 2 and get 10 inches. Okay? So remember, they're multiplied by the same rate to move up. So we're going to use that in order to find our missing side, missing length. So that is it for this lesson. Let me know if you have any questions. Please pan me, email me, or send me a message on Google Classroom. Remember, you can always pause it if you need time to write stuff down, or you can rewind if you missed something and you want to hear it again. Otherwise, until next time, we'll talk to you later.